That's another perfectly even split here on the predictions. You were right about GS over Strut. I was right about the Queen Walkers over RPG. So we're going to have the tiebreaker on predictions now.
Okay.
An opportunity to see which one of these two teams is going ahead. But yeah, as you just saw, it's also a 2-2 split from the casters. We have two more allies sitting on the sidelines cheering us on, hoping that our predictions are right. But you know what? I think we're just about ready. You want to kick it off, Carbon?
Indeed. It's time for the first attack in this match between Spacestation and GS.
Kuma starting us off. He is perfect so far on the main stage with 3 stars in both of the previous wars, starting off with a hard and heavy double Lava Hound into an Ice Golem Lalo push. No healers at all for this Sui dive to start things off, as Kuma will take this top corner first. Air defense, scatter shot, crucial targets, and this Queen ought to be able to path down along. Oh, no, she's going up toward top, not for the Eagle Artillery.
Oh, that Queen coming back around behind the King. Gonna have to be able to adapt here, as if the Queen walks her way into the multi, you can send the Royal Champion. Oh, wow. Is he okay, so he's gonna try to... Yes, he's going to try to take that multi down, which it looks like, so that the Queen wasn't... Well, she goes in there anyways, and she's going to have to deal with this Lava Hound at this point.
It seems like she can't decide quite where to go, but she's getting a lot of shots off nonetheless. Royal Champion tosses the shield and gets another big chunk of those buildings finished off, as a nice path has been carved over on the bottom left side of the space for Kuma to focus on now with his La Lune. Poor Lava Hound takes a lot of fire early on, though, as these bombs and traps start going off, but it's protecting against the big bomb inside that town hall that Kuma's got to be focused on next. He's got to use that Eternal Tome just perfectly timed. There it is, and they speed back over with a haste spell. They are safe for the next straw.
Brilliant Warden Eternal Tome to protect that Lava Hound through the Town Hall and the Eagle shots, but there's the Stone Slammer coming up to help secure the Eagle. I was gonna be like, wait, you're just gonna leave the Eagle Artillery for the end? No, he planned his Stone Slammer to go and help take that down. Minions are down for cleanup, and this is looking good. The Ice Hound even freezes this section, and the Scatter Shot was distraction on a small group of the Blues, so it didn't take too much damage, and they're gonna be able to make their way around this base, and GS is looking to start off this war with a 3-star.
Yes, is an overpowered, just cracking this base apart like an egg. Kuma has eaten this base for breakfast and will be going back for seconds later, if only the rest of his squad can keep up that performance. Nice work for GS's starting striker, and we will soon be going back to Space Station for the next hit. A Lalo on the Sui side of things. What is the sort of base that you would prefer to do hero dives rather than a Queen charge, Carbon Fin?
Well, I would say it really depends on if the Queen's going to get targeted from, let's say, an Inferno Tower, multi, from somewhere the Queen can't reach. Is maybe something I would do with a Queen charge, so that the Queen can continue her way through a base, and then somewhere where I just like a hero dive, it was something where then if the Queen can't reach it and she just gets to something important value like a Town Hall, that's where I kind of would go with it. Lightning is great to take down something in the middle. That's really hard to reach, indeed. But Woody, we're now ready for the first attack of Space Station.
Moving in hot is P. Castro. Perfect Castro. He did just get a 2-star in the last war, but up until that point, he was 9 for 9 through the qualifiers and on the main stage. 9 for 10 now. Can he make it another win? He's going to start with that Queen walk over in the right corner. Finds an easy air defense on the exterior. Might expect to see that Royal Champion take another one as well. But keep an eye. Oh, also, looks like there's some fire going down over on the left side. That multi-mortar is a few shots going off, but looks like it was just a little bit of funneling from that.
Yeah, it could have been potentially a Barbarian Archer, something in the corner that triggers it there, but this Queen is pathing her way straight into the Eagle Artillery, so setup is looking strong, looking good so far. There is that multi-target Inferno a little bit higher up that the Queen can't reach, so gonna have to plan for that. Maybe a Royal Champion, because Space Station really loves to send that Royal Champion to clear all of the core. In this case, if he's able to link these multi-target Infernos, the RC can grab all that as long as the King potentially is used a little bit higher in the base to protect the Royal Champion.
Very nice positioning on that rage spell. Gets just to the edge of those healers to top the queen back off as she is able to rage through that right side compartment. All the buildings now destroyed. It's up to the main stage of the attack now with a battle blimp a little bit diverted off toward the town hall, and the rest of the loons now going to make a way toward that 2 o'clock position and then head southwest into the core of the base.
Yeah, really waiting on the Royal Champion
Queen's
and
ability.
this King, but the Queen ability does go off. That scatter shot, but he's gonna have to deal with the scatter and the Grand Warden. All this damage. Oh, rage Queen!
Whoa.
Oh, keeping this Queen alive, and
Barely.
there is the King that just gets deployed.
She is just in a deathly corner right there, a bad spot where she's taking fire from the cannon. Multi-infernos, a Grand Warden statue, and the scatter shot necessitated that additional rage. P. Castro does keep her alive, but that was an awfully iffy spot.
Well, the balloons do find some tornado trap and red air bombs.
Oh no!
But the Royal Champion has her ability. King has his ability. That is
There's
a single.
just so much left.
A single target, but we have some spells. RC's ability goes off and hits the defense, hits the Inferno Tower. Come on, RC, you need to be able to survive this. Yes, she stays up from the single target Inferno. The Queen is still alive, going down. King's ability just goes off, and now she's a matter of time.
He still has another freeze yet to use, and you are right. These heroes are just so cracked, overpowered. Cheers and applause from the main stage as we get support for P. Castro, keeping this war even between Space Station and GS. I hear shouts of "let's go" for him as well, as he's got lots of time and even is going to be able to swag this freeze, in fact.
Yeah, doesn't even need to use the freeze. I mean, you wish you get some style points of not needing to use a spell or some troops. But no, that's not the case. You need to get the 3 stars, and if you have a spell like a haste, you might as well use it to speed up the attack, because it could come down to average attack duration, how fast you triple if it's all tied up with you.
Well, we are already ready to hop back into the next match, and I am roaring for it. Let's get into it. GS, send it back in. GS are primed for combat and will be launching another strike. Remember, they have to keep it on top since they are attacking first. They don't really have the informational advantage of being able to respond to the to the space station. They have to continue with the 3 stars all throughout to remain confident at the top. Early launch of these Inferno Dragons with plenty of loons out in front to soak a few shots. We don't yet see, there's the Eternal Tome, timed perfectly with that Battle Blimp to make it all the way to the Town Hall, Carbon.
Brilliant job. Is he going to make his way through? Out comes the Headhunters. He uses the Freeze and Skeleton spell as well. He needs to take the Headhunters down before they go to the Grand Warden, which, yep, there they go. No worries there. Remember, an early Warden ability tries to protect them as much as possible, but you won't have that protection later in the base. But the Town Hall has already gone and secured.
Archqueen gets a pop over on the air defense in the right corner. Very good news for these Inferno Dragons who need a little bit of support. They're going to find some more from a 3 spell that goes out now. Only 1 Inferno Dragon there to try to shut down that multi-target Inferno. Doesn't get it, but the enemy Queen is now finished off. Meanwhile, over on the left side, that Warden is still helping out a large group of dragons. Big bevy of forces, though, have yet been fallen by that multi-target Inferno in the center, and it's up now to the Royal Champion to take it out.
Yeah, sends that Royal Champion in for the multi. Beautiful job there. King's ability goes off through a Tesla farm. Still has Queen ability into the bag to save the day, no matter what. Inferno Dragons to the left side. RC can burn her ability through some of these final ones with the Inferno Dragon. The Warden still up. What an attack, and there it goes, and we got ourselves another 3-star. We got as long as the RC stays up. Wait.
Yeah,
the Expo.
Yeah. We've got this. No way can just a single multi deny this.
Queen
Archer
Queen
Queen with the ability, of course. And with a little hole in the top side of that compartment is going to be easy entry point for her. Just
there it is.
Ability fire off on its own. All right,
there it is. There it is.
Take the last hit. Boom! Knocks it apart, and Ren finds a 3-star for GS.
Brilliant job, very nice, coming down to the end, but a 3-star is a 3-star, and he will take that. It's gonna be answering the call in just over 2 minutes, which means it's a little bit on the quicker side. The Mass Inferno Dragons is a pretty fast attack, Woody.
Us mere mortals cannot possibly imagine the relief of finishing that 3-star hit on the main stage. It's all smiles from Ren now, and we'll see now some of the key stages of that last attack. The first one was the entry point here with the early Eternal Tome to protect the Battle Blimp, moving toward the Town Hall for the first star claimed and get a spread for these Inferno Dragons, Carbon.
Yeah, it was great to see how you use that Warden Eternal Tome very early in the attack. And of course, trying to help protect them. There was the heal spell on the left as the Inferno Dragons are making their way to the left as well. Keeping the enemy Queen frozen allows the Inferno Dragons to stay up and then grab the key buildings in the core as the World Champion here goes in, grabs the Inferno Tower, which is something that the Queen would not have been able to reach unless she ran all the way back around. So saving your RC is very important for an attack like this.
Very happy, even at that 75% mark. He notices that right side compartment is going down. The Queen to loop around, still with her ability, will have no trouble at all. Pumps his fist and a smile on his face. Ren keeps Space Station in a tough spot as GS now have 2 triples. Space Station needing another one to keep this thing evened up. And we'll get a chance to see now if that is what they will do, because Space Station are ready for their second attack. Send it off!
Leo is up next for Space Station, and the attack that he loves to bring, he's doing it here. Queen Charge Lalo uses it over 45% in his attacks with just over a 72% hit rate, getting 3 stars with it. So while breaking down to the bottom side, pulling some red air bombs. I wonder if this area was kind of tested to try to like grab some, I don't see Seeking Air Mine, so Red Air Bombs does a lot of damage to Splash. But this Queen is taking a lot of damage, but she will actually get slowly healed up by this Unicorn.
He's
makes those buildings on.
Let her take too much.
To the right.
If he's not careful. My God, there was like a hair's, a sliver worth of hit points left on her. Leo giving us a heart attack on this Queen walk.
Well, he is able to get this Queen to walk right, but now he wants to get the Queen to charge. Oh, wow. The healers just avoided the red air bombs and the balloon pulled it.
More good tech from Leo, using those loons to catch an enemy bomb. Keeps your healers safe. Very important start here now. As the first minute passes, we get the main stage of the attack in an early tone again for that Battle Blimp to path all the way to the Town Hall uncontested. Rage goes off, and even with the tornado trap to kind of slow and displace those troops, they should be able to get that Town Hall down. Super Minions coming out of that clan castle, though. Notice them as they start to fire away. Nice poison spell from Leo that is able to catch them in the middle, and they will cause no more problems for him.
Space Station really loves to use the attack strategy of the Queen Charge, Warden, and a small little mini Lalo with the Blimp to take the Town Hall down, and then rely on their heroes to grab the rest of the base, and a few trickling balloons like he is from the top side. As the Queen is walking to the left, though, this is where the Royal Champion is going to come for that multi-target Inferno so that the Queen's healers can stay protected. But the healers are pulling some Seeking Air Mines here.
2 black bombs go off, 2 healers die, and to additional splash damage, the remainder of those healers have been eliminated. We are passing that 70% mark now. Single target Inferno right next to an Archer Queen in the middle. That is a terrifying compartment indeed, Carbon Finn. That skeleton spell is going to do absolutely nothing. And Leo the Lion has got a thorn in his paw. Is there anything that can fix this big problem? I don't think so.
He's got a King ability. He pops it, needs to get the hope that the Barbarians stay distracted all the time, but the scatter shot is going to absolutely destroy the Barbarians as the Yak is gone, which means that he can't beat through the wall as fast, and the King's going to get stuck. And we've got ourselves a defense for GS against Leo of Space Station.
Scattered and splattered. The 2-star 95% now for Leo as the remainder of this base holds up for Ogayati. GS are climbing the hill. Can they get to the summit?
They are trying indeed. We have just the first set of attacks from both sides, and it's a 6 to 5-star lead with that Queen Charge Lalo, and unfortunately not able to get that done. And literally it could be just one attack that fails that causes them to lose this match. This happened so many times already this weekend.
I mean, that's what happened to them against the Queen Walkers. They scored 14 stars against the Queen Walkers, and yet just a little bit of percentage short meant that they were kicked down now to the lower bracket.
Yeah.
The victory over Strut, also on a 14-star score line, though, gives a pretty consistent lead. I mean, 2 points make a line. If they got 14 stars the first 2 wars, you would expect them to be able to do at least that well moving forward.
Yeah.
Space Station have put up an admirable defense against some other teams, keeping MS Esports at bay with just 13 stars. So these bases are certainly no easy nut to crack. Let's get into the next attack and see how they do.
Ryuda is up now for GS, looking to bring his version of the Queen Charge Lalo. And this is the attack that he loves to use the most. His top 3 attack strategies are the Queen Charge Lalo, the Super Bowler Smash, and then the Hero Dive Lalo. Really loving the Lalo, or even, you know, he could bring the ground attack. But that is something actually I'm realizing now. I don't think I've actually seen Super Bowlers being used as like a Smash style this weekend.
Yeah, not many of them. I think there was one in Siege Machine in one of the wars, and we were to crack against a couple of defenses over on the backside, but not as a main attack themselves. Ryuda does get a good drop here with these healers on a safe entry point here at that 4 o'clock position. Piercing into the base now. Finds an Expo to start firing away at him, but he will not have too much more to worry about, as these queens will keep her topped off nice and easy. Meanwhile, the Barbarian King has got a different story on his mind. He's taken a lot of shots, but has done just as much work, taking down a bomb tower right after that Royal Champion. Battle Blim's going to go in unprotected, and it's just going to be Rocket Loons popping on out to try to deal with these multi-target Infernos. Can they get it?
That Queen's ability to force. Wait, these Yeti Mites, where are the Yeti Mites going to go? Are they going to go to this next Inferno Tower? No, no, no. Don't tell me they're going to go over there. They take out the bet. Oh, they go around it. They go for the sweeper. Oh, they go for both of the builder huts. What? Why?
An unlucky jump there for Ryuda. He needs those Yeti Mites to finish off that multi-target Inferno. Instead, it's going to be Balloons taking the damage now. He's got 3 free spells to try to protect, and also 3 rages, so he's got a lot of spell support for this next push. Hasn't hardly had to use any of those spells to help out this Queen Charge. Still on the outer edges of the base and still getting really good value against key targets. Eagle Artillery and an air defense next to go down, but he's more than halfway through the attack and needs to get this big push set up. Balloons and Lava Hounds are floating in. Carbon Fin, can he do it?
He's moving his way to the Town Hall. That multi-target Inferno is a big threat, so he's going to drop the Royal Champion to try to secure that, to keep the Queen's healers intact as he faces that Town Hall. There's a Ground Expo right next to it, a Tornado Trap behind it. The Grand Warden and the Turtle Tome can protect them, and he just perfectly clips the Balloons as the Headhunters are now going to run off to go for that Queen.
Brilliant timing, excellent move by Ryuda. The Queen is still looking perfect in that bottom compartment with the invisibility to protect her. She's doing some excellent cleanup work along the outer edges. Minions and Puffs as well find some more key targets. And the crowd starts clapping. They feel confident. The 3 stars have been claimed. Ryuda gets GS 3 in a row for a 9-star start to this war.
And look at that RC. Doesn't even need to use her ability and pops it at the end, and he gets 1 building, and it is a brilliant triple coming in from GS, and Space Station is starting to feel the pressure mount here as there's only 3 more attacks for them. And if GS, with their next 2 attacks, get triples, I don't want to jinx it now, but you know what that would mean without a single fail, Woody.
Let's go ahead and look at a clip at that last attack and see how it went. Beautiful planning from GS there, as Ryuda makes a lot of value out of these spells in the late stage to get through an incredible defensive line in the top side. You know, so many attackers wind up using spells to support their Queen Charges, Carbon Fin. We see lots of rages to get the Queen topped back off. Instead, Ryuda said, I'm going to save the rages for the main phase of the attack and use Invis and Freeze, cheaper spells, more adaptable abilities. It really splits your attention, but a player like Ryuda has seemingly eyes in the back of his head and his fingers too, because he can keep track of everything that's going on the screen, and with a great path for that Queen, didn't have any problems there.
Yeah, it's so impressive to see how these players do it. But now it's time to see what Space Station can do with their next attack. The captain himself, Marinol, is up. taking on Kuma with, it looks to be a Zap Lalo. We have 5 lightning spells and that Earthquake, which is enough to remove an Inferno Tower, and he's gonna do it just that. Take out the single target Inferno at the top side of the base, and even the double Archer Tower, so that his queen can make her way around to the right, and then notice that builder hut there. Since there is walls, unless there's an opening, I don't think there is, the wall breaker should target right by that builder hut to allow this queen to step her way and secure the town hall. And
nice entry point here for Marinal, who's not going to use any healers to back up this queen. Instead, as he mentioned, he's got lots of tanking out in front. Ice Golem and those Giants are another clear and very workable way to get where he needs to go, especially when he's trying to pierce into walls where he's got those wall breakers backing her up to get all the way through to the town hall. First star will be claimed as he sets up for this La Lune push, holding on to a lot of those great versatile spells once again. He's got that poison ready to go, and this queen still seems healthy enough to finish off the CC, Carbon.
Yeah, that queen's gonna stay up for quite a while here. Oh, he makes the Hound invisible, which reroutes his RC to go for the scatter shot. And then the RC is going to be able to go for the Hound, try to help this queen a little bit, as we still have a Stone Slammer to use with the Warden. This is looking really good. Half of this base is pretty much gone by now, as the Stone Slammer is going to go in for the Eagle. The Warden and the Lalo's coming to the left side. Headhunters are going straight for that queen, and what a brilliant attack so far.
Stone Slammer in the bottom corner nukes that Eagle artillery, and there will be no more big splash damage coming in from that. It's just the air defense up top, which goes down, and that multi-target Inferno, which could give some problem. Balloons making over to the scatter shot and rising above the eye of the Hurricane. There can be no more splash damage on them. Marinal spreads out and flattens this base. Marinal the Mauler for a 3-star follow-up.
Brilliant attack. That was a great hit that we just saw. The answer Space Station needed from GS. Because GS, 3 for 3 so far with that one fail of Space Station. You can know that they're not going to be celebrating anything all too fast because they are down, and it's not over yet. There's still 2 potential defenses that they could get against GS, but GS so far this weekend has been so strong.
Thumbs up from Marinal, feeling confident here. The captain of this team and a content creator in his own right. He may have seen more wars than hardly anyone else on the planet, Carbon Finn.
Yeah.
And that experience has paid dividends here on the main stage now, where he can hold his head high as one of the leading attackers for this Space Station squad. With a 9-8 scoreline, though, GS is in the lead and in a terrifying opportunity to triple this next attack and stay far ahead. Let's get into the battle. GS, can you hold on?
And now the answer from GS is coming in with a Queen Charge Lalo. We have the Queen off to the right side with a handful of rages, 4 of them to keep this Queen up. 3 super wall breakers. Let's see where this Queen's gonna wanna go. For the air defense, and then maybe towards the bottom side, towards that multi-target Inferno. Okay, yeah, because I was gonna say, how's this Queen gonna walk her way up as the other buildings to the bottom are closer? Because that is what the Queen wants to go, right? For the closest building near her.
Targeting just whatever comes natural. What comes next, she finds a way to a compartment with a multi and a Barb King here. Takes down both of them thanks to that big rage spell committed to that attack. That means he's gonna have one less big offensive bonus to stack onto this Lalo later on, but nonetheless, the Queen has done a great job so far. Finds those rocket loons a bit too slow to have anything to worry about. And with a free spell to add on to those enemy troops, we'll be able to pop them out of the sky. Wow, even adds on another rage spell. She was already topped off and had no difficulty with the CC troops. Seems like a bit of overkill to me, Carbon Finn.
He's gonna be able to take out a Tesla farm as well early, but look at this wall break. Just skipping around and going all the way. Oh, but wait, the Queen. Okay, he can wall break again. Yes, he can wall break that Queen platform. Uses the freeze on the Edmund Queen. Keep his Queen going. And the funnel is brilliantly set that the Queen's gonna continue through the core.
And she gets some barbarians to come help her too. Very nice entry for Naomi, especially if those barbs can soak shots from the single target Inferno, which is exactly what they're doing. Gives her a little bit more time, and if he can hold on to his spell capacity.
Wait, no.
Oh my God.
Wait, the wall breaker. What a charge from this queen! He's continuing this queen through this whole base like he knows exactly where the wall breakers are gonna target. This is on another level.
He is rivaling Bernal now as the wall break master of the world. Naomi is showing us how it's done. Queen could path all the way to the other side of the base now if she wanted to.
Oh, wait,
Shots
she
off
doesn't.
against the plinth there. Doesn't go in for the multi-target Inferno.
Oh.
That's kind of some bad
Wait,
news now for
what are you doing?
Naomi. I don't think those loons are going to be able to pull it off.
But he's got the RC. RC and her ability. The queen's gonna burn her ability, potentially help. But let's see, there it is, the RC's ability. Boom, boom,
Nice.
boom, goes across. What an attack from GS.
Great shout out to Susie as
Yes.
well. The boom, boom, boom tagline coming in hot as a Naomi shot finishes off that Archer Queen's ability, swagged until the end. This was another clean shutdown from GS, and they'll need only one more for the coveted, dare I jinx it, perfect
Oh
war.
no, he said it. He said the words. Perfect and war together. But wow, just incredible. GS is one attack away from knocking out Space Station. And we're gonna take a look at this replay again, a few of the key highlights, and this wall break right into the Archer Queen platform to open up this core and then continue all the way through, even though, yes, the Queen did end up walking into the last Inferno Tower. But you had that Raw champion and her ability. But look at the planning that he was able to do with these wall breaks, the Queen. He's like, okay, if I can get the Queen to walk in here, walk left, use the King to funnel a little bit, I can continue to wall break her all the way through the core.
Awesome execution here by Naomi, and just worth reminding all the players out there, the viewers, these guys only get 8 minutes to prepare their attacks before the wars start. They are focusing furiously on every placement, every tile, every second to make sure that these wars go ideally. You only have 3 minutes to attack Carbon Fin, and if every second of those 3 minutes isn't perfect, you can run into a lot of trouble. But no trouble at all this time for GS. So far, perfect in this war. And Space Station have got to be very worried about right now what their next attack will look like. They need a 3-star here, Carbon Fin. Can they pull it off? Space Station, send in your best!
It's time for the one and only Bernal coming in with the Queen charge, Lalo. And Woody, I'm gonna ask, does he get an extra blimp because he didn't use one against Tribe in the last match?
No, I wish it went like that. He does get lots of style points though. Do you see how he put his hands up and stuck his tongue out on the first kill? Can he get that again with another 3-star here against Ren? That is the question on everyone's mind. Bernal just witnessed a beautiful strike in from GS, showing us another big, deep Queen dive. Bernal is well known for the Queen dives himself and will be trying to go deep into this multi-target Inferno. He spent all of his wall breakers so far though, so where is she going?
No, he wants the Queen to go right. That's the plan. Because he used invisibility over by the scattershot area. So the Queen's going according to plan. I was just worried about the Queen going down and forcing ability through the King, but she's safe so far.
A bit optimistic or hopeful on my part that the Queen would once again make it all the way to the interior. But Bernal has a good plan nonetheless. That Flame Flanger is going to get lots of long-range damage. Setting up for a 27 balloon push. There's no Lava Hounds at all in this army's camp.
Yeah, no hounds, and the plan is to have these balloons path their way over the town hall. But wait, we got red air bombs. We got a lot, so he's gonna have the best. We got Tesla Farm.
What the?
Oh, there's an earthquake. There's an early warded ability. This
That's not that early, if you ask me. He let a lot of those loons get taken down by the multi.
Oh, no, wait, he's forced to use that freeze. Is he gonna have enough so he has to send some back-end balloons to go for that town hall?
Doesn't get the town hall down and now has to commit additional balloons with rage and freeze. This is not going according to plan at all, and Bernal is in a lot of trouble now. Sweating bullets and hoping that this Queen can pull off a miracle looping around the top side. but Carbon, there's just so much base left.
But he's got the World Champion. She's going to come into the Ground Expo, making her way through. One invisibility spell is going to be clutch for this RC through the single target Inferno. She can get a lot. Remember, you just have to be able to take out the important defenses, and the Inferno Towers, the Town Hall, the Eagle, that's all gone. RC ability will go off. There's the invisibility. Down goes the Inferno. Down goes the, well, not yet, but she'll be able to make her way there.
She got spun outside of her own invisibility spell, but nonetheless, Bernal kept her safe against that single target Inferno and will triple this base after all. Beautiful strike and rewriting the playbook, showing us how it's done. 3 for 3, he puts them up and shows us that he is a force to be reckoned with, as Space Station, just in a 1-star deficit, could yet win if they get a successful defense against GS in the next strike.
It's just incredible what they can do when you think the attack starts to go down south and it's looking bad, able to adjust, adapt, and still pull off the 3-star. But what they're focused on is that last stack. They are just hoping that GS and their next attack that's coming up right now fails. Let's see what they could do.
Ogayati, the final striker for GS, looking for that perfect war.
Oh, he said it again.
With 2 3-star strikes so far, Ogayati has done so well in this war. But keep in mind, they don't actually even need the triple because they got a perfect start so far. They just need to surpass Space Station's percentage on their 2-star strike. So 85% will be good enough.
Yeah, we have the Queen making her way over to the, whoa, I was thinking left. Nope, she's actually, oh, okay, she is going left. Using that invisibility spell to reroute this Queen, dropping a Hog going over to the cannon. I think he really wanted to get the Hog to go towards the Expo so that I could try to pull some of the CC, but it wasn't able to do that because the closest defenses were on the outside, the edges. As a Sneaky Goblin coming in, that actually is good. Queen steps into the range, so she's going to have to deal with that Lava Hound and this Headhunter, but from this angle, looks like the Queen won't go for the Town Hall unless she loops back.
Yeah, lots of spell help out here to try to make sure that that Queen gets the job done. She finally retargets that onto that. Actually, I don't think she retargeted onto the Headhunter at all. It was the poison that took her down, and still will be able to finish off all these pups now. A little bit of a slow start here for Ogayati, but no problem at all if he can just keep his head on straight. 1 Lava Hound and 22 Loons ready to follow on up. And look at that, he's even brought a jump spell to get this Queen over some hedges. But lots of builders to support that Town Hall. It is going to require a really heavy hit to take that down. Freeze goes out with perfect timing now, and Ogayati will get another rage onto this Queen charge in the center. Single target has been eliminated, and there's the jump spell we were looking for.
Yep, that jump spell is going to bring this Queen back around. It would be beautiful to use an invisibility, but hey, you don't need to. Just freeze that 10. Also doesn't hit your healers, as the Queen can then take the jump back over towards that multi-target Inferno. But will she want to do it, or is she going to go for the gold? Yeah, she goes for the gold gorging, starts to get hit by the Tunnel Poison.
Oh, might be a forced Queen ability here. Yes, it is from Ogayati, but he's worried about bigger things. He's got bigger fish to fry in the top side, where that big Warden push with those Loons out in front will be making their way toward the Eagle Artillery, which has just been causing so much havoc for the Queen. Now eliminated in the bottom corner, and it's up to the healers to switch off onto the Royal Champion.
The Queen's going down. The healers do switch. The Rage is down. He decides to Rage up the RC, and the healers making his way around. The Warden's still saving onto his ability, which he could use for these balloons, and the Dragon Rider getting the percentage, because remember, he needs the 95 to secure the victory.
That's it.
Oh,
get some GS!
Wow!
Passing the percentage mark, they have secured victory and will move on. Triumphant over Space Station. Ogayati has done it.
Wow, impressive. Not only getting it done with the percentage, but also a perfect war for GS against Space Station, meaning that they just eliminated Space Station from the competition.
Very difficult loss here for Space Station, who have performed so well on the stage and were eager to show their skills in this year's tournament. They have done so very, very well, beating a very difficult foe in MS Esports. But in the lower bracket, that's the last chance to succeed.
Yeah.
And this has been their Achilles heel now.
Yeah.
Facing off against GS. They will get one more attack, but first, let's check out this replay.
Incredible to see that the Queen went down and the healers transferring off to the RC, keeping her alive like that. Headhunter sneaking in, but he's saving that Warden ability for as late as possible, getting those balloons to grab that multi through the red air bomb, the Seeking Air Mines, all of those traps. This is definitely something that surprised a lot of people.
Sure did. All right, I'm ready to see the last one.
Yes.
It is going to be a walk-off performance now from Spacestation Gaming, who can give us one more show on the big stage. Get in there, guys.
And now it's time for the final attack of Salino. He knows it's too out of reach. That one fails. All it took for them to get eliminated. You can't fail on a stage like this. As he uses the King, Ice Golem into that Tassa farm, Anime King, skeletons that all pop up through here. And his Queen's gonna try to make her way through, but it's really delaying this Queen, or the healers, I'd say, as late as possible.
Unicorn getting set up with some healers now to keep that Queen topped off as Salino looks for the next part of this push. We've got some interior air sweepers aimed at 12 and 3 o'clock. So it seems like Salino is definitely expecting to have to get past them somehow, avoiding those areas of the base, maybe pushing in from that top left side instead to try to stay clear. He's doing a lot of damage down here on the bottom side as the Queen will get some good work in with the Royal Champion right next to her, finding lots of easy targets to take out. Rage Spell as well, with lots of power and speed against that single target Inferno and the super minions on the interior Carbon Fin.
Perfectly timed freeze on that single to keep that Queen's ability intact. Now getting through the super minions, and here comes that Lalo on the left side with the Air Warden. Out comes a Rocket Loon, but oops, Seeking Air Mines, the healer doing some damage, forcing that Queen ability to stay alive just in case.
It goes off, and Salino will now divert his attention back over to the Loons with that big Grand Warden support, even adding on a few headhunters there to take out that enemy Queen. They have made it to their target, and with the Eternal Tome, they are going to have no problem at all taking her down. Assassination complete for Salino. Oh no! Tornado Trap grabs those Loons, though, and they're going to be spun around and taking a lot of damage from the multi-Inferno Tower right in the middle. Airbomb goes off, another one. The balloons have been decimated.
But he still got his Queen alive. She's stuck on a wall as the Royal Champion going to burn her ability, and it'll go take out these mortars. And the Wizard Tower, another Archer Tower on the outside, 2 more balloons and an Invis. Maybe use it on the RC. Wouldn't that be a great spot to use it? I guess he doesn't want to. 2 more balloons could come on an edge, or even he could save it for cleanup at this point, it looks like.
It looks clean to go for the triple now as no more defenses remain, and a long cleanup job will begin for Salino. But it is going to be a bittersweet finish as Space Station have now been knocked out of orbit. Their chances to advance have been eliminated by GS, the upstart squad. A rising sun in the east brings GS further forward as the next team to move on in the lower bracket. Congratulations, get to the summit.
An incredible performance from GS in back-to-back matches in the lower bracket. They have been knocking out Strut. They are now knocking out Space Station. Who else can they knock out on their quest, indeed, to get to the summit? The Clash of Clans World Championship Grand Final is still a few matches away. But let's go ahead and hear from them down the stage.
Thank you so much, Carbon. GS once again pulling out all the stops with an incredible performance up here on the main stage. I spoke to you guys earlier in the week, and you all said that you were pretty, to put it mildly, pretty terrified of being up here on the main stage. You've knocked out 2 of, you know, the favorite teams coming into this competition. How's the confidence now?
前に話してた時にちょっとすごく緊張してるって言ってましたけれども、今は本命のチーム